Ras Baraka, the mayor in chains, the people unchained. Ras Baraka is not just a mayor, he is a movement in motion. A voice rising from Newark streets to challenge systems of oppression. Born and raised in the very city he now leads, Baraka's journey from educator and poet to mayor is a testament to civic courage and unwavering moral compass. He has never forgotten where he came from, and his leadership reflects a deep-rooted connection to Newark's communities, especially those too often overlooked. As mayor, Baraka led transformative efforts, reducing crime rates, replacing thousands of lead water pipes, and launching initiatives for housing and equity. But beyond policy, it is his spirit that stands out, resolute, defiant in the face of injustice, and deeply committed to protecting the vulnerable. Baraka's voice has long echoed against the silence of bureaucracy, speaking truth to power about immigration abuses, systemic racism, and the dangers of unchecked federal authority. In an era where many fear to speak, he has refused to stay quiet. His stance against the ICE detention facility in Newark was not political theater. It was a continuation of his lifelong mission to ensure justice isn't just a promise on paper, but a lived reality for all. On May 9th, Ras Baraka did what few elected officials dare. He stood at the gates of an ICE detention facility not as a politician, but as a witness to injustice. Accompanied by 3 members of Congress, Baraka sought to inspect Delaney Hall, a facility accused of operating without proper permits and plagued by secrecy. While others were allowed in, Baraka was denied entry, not because of law, but because of defiance. When federal agents blocked him, he didn't back down. He moved toward a side gate, determined to fulfill his duty to the people of Newark. It was not an act of trespass, but of conscience. What followed, being handcuffed, thrown into federal custody, was a chilling reminder of how quickly power can silence protest. To Baraka, this wasn't about breaking into a building. It was about breaking through the walls of indifference. He wasn't trying to provoke, he was trying to protect. In that moment, he didn't just represent a city. He represented every citizen demanding transparency, every immigrant without a voice, and every community leader daring to confront the machinery of injustice. The image of Newark's mayor, Ras Baraka, in handcuffs sent shockwaves across the nation. A sitting mayor, elected by the people, acting within his moral and civic duty, was forcibly detained for attempting to oversee a facility operating in his own city. It wasn't just a confrontation, it was a profound violation of democratic norms. Witnesses reported that not only was Baraka subdued, but organizers and even members of Congress were shoved aside, manhandled by federal agents. The message was clear: even elected officials would not be spared if they challenged federal authority. This was not law enforcement, it was intimidation. Across social media, city halls, and protest lines, outrage erupted. Civil rights leaders, citizens, and lawmakers condemned the arrest as a dangerous overreach, a symbol of how justice can be twisted when power is unchecked. To arrest a mayor for seeking accountability is to arrest the very spirit of democracy. In detaining Ras Baraka, federal agents may have hoped to silence a critic. Instead, they amplified a cause. What happened at Delaney Hall was not just an arrest, it was an alarm bell for a nation that must choose comfort with authority or courage with truth. Released hours later, Ras Baraka emerged not weakened, but emboldened, standing before supporters outside the ICE field office. He reaffirmed his commitment to justice, not just for Newark, but for every community fighting invisible cages and systemic abuse. He made it clear, this wasn't the end of a confrontation, but the beginning of a larger reckoning. Baraka's arrest has ignited a wave of civic response. Protests have grown, calls for federal oversight have intensified, and a nationwide conversation has begun about the unchecked power of agencies like ICE. What was meant to be a show of force has become a rallying cry, a symbol of resistance led by a mayor who refused to be silent. In city councils and state houses, leaders are citing Baraka's bravery as inspiration. His name is now being whispered not just as a local official, but as a national figure, a symbol of what it means to lead with conscience in times of moral crisis. History may mark this moment not as a scandal, but as a spark. Ras Baraka's stand has shown that justice has its champions, and that no set of cuffs can restrain a soul set on liberation.